Now, let's go back to your journey to become the managing director of JobsDB. You said you worked abroad?
No. I worked in United Nations here in the Philippines for a project. Well, my journey to JobsDB is interesting. I was with EDSA Mail and I resigned. My policy ever since I graduated is that I have to give 110% of myself to the company I work for. That's my dad's only bilin. Yung, pag nagtrabaho ka, Jay, ibigay mo lahat. Miskin, wag ka lang hihingi ng increase. Dadating yan. I say it more in Tagalog because it's more meaningful to me. So when I was in EDSA Mail and I was already getting offers and I wanted to move out, I resigned. I talked to my boss and I said, I don't think I can give 110% of myself to the company. It's going to be unfair. And we parted ways. Very good naman. To this day, you know, I still look up to him. He's still one of those guys who inspired me to do well. I have to mention Marco Herrera. He's a significant factor of who I am right now. So anyway, I left. And thinking that I would land a job right away, I didn't. So 3 months I was out of job, which is so unusual because I'm so used to no breaks. So I was kind of feeling sad already. And
so what did you do during those 3 months?
Initially I was just waiting for my contracts and offer sheets on the first month. Second month, I was kind of worried already. And the third month, I told myself, this cannot happen. I will start to look for a job. So I went to JobsDB. It was the only portal I went to. I started to send out resumes. I did a routine. In the morning, I'll do all the things that I have to do for the house because at the time my mom was in the States. So I needed to prepare things for my dad. So in the morning, I do stuff for my dad and all the errands for the family. Then at around 10 o'clock, I'd apply to at least 20 job openings, regardless of position. So I applied to secretarial work, to all the way to a CEO position. Wow. So all that range, no, every day. Then I'd be picked up by my ex that time, and in the afternoon, we would storm heaven with our prayers. For about 4 or 5 hours. Again, my routine was like that for about a week. And I would get interviews. So there were moments wherein I was interviewed by someone a lot younger than I am. There were moments wherein I was interviewed by someone very, very high. So talagang very broad yung exposure ko at the time when I was looking for a job. And I got a lot of, no's. Because I was overqualified, I might not last in the job, all these assumptions.
When I met you in JobsDB, you were already a manager.
Yes, I was a country manager, yes.
I'm sorry, in EDSA Mail.
I was a manager, yes.
Yes, but you still applied
as a secretary.
As a secretary.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Because kasi ako, I always believe in dignity in whatever you do. So I was telling myself, if I start as a secretary, I can always go up the ladder again because of my capabilities. Masipag ako eh. Kung magyayabang ko, alam ko yun ang yabang ko. Masipag ako at saka dedicated ako. So I don't mind. I don't mind if I start from the scratch. And I got an offer. I saw this job opening for a country manager position in JobsDB and I applied. And I was interviewed, I was shortlisted. And in 7 days, met with all those people concerned, I got the job.
Wow.
From country manager, general manager, and now managing director.
So, it took you 3 months from EDSA Mail
to really land the job.
To land that country manager position.
Yes.
And along the way, there were a lot of heartaches.
Yes. And you know what? Now I realize, now I can sympathize with our applicants because I went through that. I needed to go through that so that I can feel and understand what an applicant goes through. You lose yourself. You lose your self-worth. You lose your identity. Whatever you've done in the past is nothing when you don't have a job. Diba? Parang when everybody wakes up, they do their routine, prepare themselves for work, and you're left at home, you feel out of place. You feel displaced. So I went through that. So I know what an applicant goes through. And that's why whatever I do now in JobsDB is really to answer the needs of the applicants and to make it more comfortable and more accepting for them.
Now, when you went into JobsDB, what was the situation for the company then?
It was really so bad, no? My first day at work, I remember, it's like I was entering a wake. It was too quiet, it was too sad, it was too gloomy. And my personality is so different, you know. I'm really perky and bubbly, and I wanted sound.
You're very energetic.
Energetic.
Yeah.
So when I got in, I just saw people staring at me, and that was it. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? And for the first few days, I was really crying and saying, oh my gosh. Then I looked at the bank book, and my gosh, you know, when my boss asked me, what are the 2 things you're going to commit? And I told him I'm going to bring in sales, and I'm not going to ask money from Hong Kong. I didn't know. I thought kasi JobsDB at the time had so much money. So I can commit. So when on my first day, I asked for the financials right away. We were so bad. We didn't have money in the bank. They were relying on Hong Kong's remittances every so often, every payday. And I told myself, oh my gosh, I cannot ask for money. So I had to. I joined in August 12. Payroll was on the 15th. So I was already double, working. I was calling clients who owed us money so they could pay us right away. They didn't know they were talking to a country manager. I was collecting like a collector.
Wow.
On the first 2 days until the 15th so that we'll have money. And, God is good. I haven't asked a single cent.